Good morning and welcome to the 150th podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Yeah, 3 years down the line now, I've enjoyed every second of it, I have to say. I'd like to thank the likes of Pete Schofield, James Merchant, Andy Ellicote, Roger Packham, Nicholas Sharp, and anybody else who's contributed to the podcast have been fantastic. I think everybody's thoroughly enjoyed it. So going to be a bit self-indulgent today and do a few ships to celebrate the 150th podcast. But first, just a few bits that have turned up this week. Nice signature there of Jeff Hammond, Australia, 5 test matches. Been unlucky with injuries apparently, according to the write-up. So nice signature there from Jeff. And a lovely black and white photograph there of Conrad Hunt. This is 1963. Nice signed photograph there of Conrad. I did watch him play at Godalming when they come over to celebrate 250 years of Godalming cricket, and I can remember him. He was in his 60s then, I take it, and then just pummeled this rather quick Sri Lankan bowler all over the place. Good happy memories there. So he still had a good eye at that age. And then the other thing that turned up this week is this lovely pre-tour brochure from the Strathaired, which brought the 1948 Australian team over. Absolutely mint condition, this one. Really, unfortunately not signed, but we can't have it all. Quality like this you don't see every day, so it's nice to have something like that. There's a lovely photograph there in the middle of the Strathaired electric turbine ship, so quite a nice lovely pre-tour brochure there from Strathaired 1948. So let's start with the ships then, shall we? Might be a bit self-indulgence for a Sunday morning. So I'll start with the first one, or well, not the first one, but my earliest one, unfortunately. Haven't got any earlier yet. This is the Austerley, which took the 1920-21 side to Australia. First tour after the war. So that's quite a nice, it's a little bit difficult to see the ship, but once you get up close you can see it okay. Signatures are nice and strong, so really pleased with that one. And then we're going to move on to 1924, and this is the first ship that I collected. This one here. This is the Ormond. Took over the 1924-25 side to Australia, and this one I got. Well, it was David Frith's former collection. I picked him up at Christie's many years ago after an auction. And he said, "Well, what do you want to offer for this one?" So I offered him some money, and then it was in my collection. So my very first ship there was the Ormond, or Ormond, if you want to call it, 1924-25. That's not actually been out the frame, apart from when I scanned it. So it's just the same on the back there now, look. So it's a lovely original frame there from the 20s. So moving on then to the ship that took them home. This is the Malaysia. Lovely signed ship, this one. Without Brian and Percy Chapman, they went via New Zealand on the way home. So this is all but 2 of the team here. It's a lovely photograph, that one, of the ship. Nicely framed too. I'm quite pleased with that one. And then we're going to move on now. This is 1928 now. And this one here is the Otranto, fully signed on the way over to Australia for the famous 1928-29 series where we won 4-1. And Bradman's first series, Archie Jackson, etc, etc. Wally Hammond 905 in the series, so a great photograph there of the Otranto. And on the way back, they come back on the Ormond, or Ormondy, whichever you like to call it. This is, well, they're nearly all right, these signatures on here. Douglas Jardine is not right, and really, what's the other one that's not quite right there? I think it's Toon is not quite right, but that was given to L.V. James, the captain of the ship that brought them home. So it's quite a nice memento to have. There's a few other bits with L.V. James as well. That's 1928, and then 1936 here is the lovely Orion in Venice, That's one of my favourite photographs, that one. Nice photograph, that one. And then we're going to move on now. I've done 1930, so we're going to go on now to 1954-5 with Lynn Hutton's Orsova. Nice fully signed one there, just missing that little bit of frame there, but it's a nice one. We'll get it done one day. It's a nice photograph there. I'll show you the postcards and stuff later on, which fill in a few gaps for you. That's a nice one there. So it's got a couple of extra ones on there, like Swanton and the likes. Press core. This is a lovely mini poster from the on port sale of SS Fire, which would have been early 1920s, 1915. Can't remember which tour that was on there, but it's a lovely poster anyway. It's really colourful, kept its colour over the years, so I'm really pleased with that. So we got another one here which has got two ships on it. This one's got 1932 bodyline series on it without Morris Tate. Obviously he wasn't on the ship going over there, he went over on the Strathnavar, and that one there is a 1948 Australian team, which is obviously the Invincibles, and it's actually something to do with Ian Johnson. It's got "With Love, Ian Johnson" on the top corner there. That's a lovely presentation there, an original glass, original frame, so very pleased with that one. So a few more down here. This is which one's this one? This is 1948-49 to South Africa, MCC to South Africa. Lovely signed photograph, that one. It's very nice, that one. And which one's this one? There we've got the Timeless Test Tour here, 1938-39. Lovely official photograph there of Athlone Castle. Quite a nice photograph, that. Excellent, actually. And then we're going to keep on the South African theme just at the moment. We've got 1927-28 MCC team to South Africa. Which one's this? I think this is oh, can't see that one. Saxon, this one. Saxon goes to South Africa. Quite a nice one there. Then we go on now to another one here, which is 24-25 MCC to South Africa. That's another nice one there. This is Edinburgh Castle. This one of the first Edinburgh Castle. This one from the Saxon line. Very nice too. So we'll just move on now to some Australian ones, and we'll start with well, because it's out first, I'll do the 1948 Australians here. It's just coming on, lovely image, this one, returning under Sydney Harbour Bridge there. Just fading Bradburn at the top there, but the rest are quite nice signatures. So really pleased with that image of Sydney Harbour Bridge as the 48 Australian team. And then we've got this lovely official one here, 1938 Australians. Many of you might have seen these. I do post these on the Facebook page, The Spirit of Cricket Collecting. It's a lovely official one there from 1938 Australian team. And then a lovely one here again. This is the Invincible team again on the Orontes. So I've got two of those, but this is, you can make all the signatures out. It's obviously a bit difficult when you're not in the right light, but they're all on there, including Sydney Barnes and everybody else. So it's another nicely framed photograph there. And then we'll keep going downwards. We're going to do 1934 on the Orford. Lovely signed one there. Australian 11, English Tour 1934 on this Orford. That one comes from Gloucestershire County Cricket Club, that one, so it's quite a nice picture, that one. And then the other one there, this is the Oronsay with the 1930 team on, including the manager. So I've put a little frame around that as well. I've got on there the 17th Australian Test team, so that's rather nice. photograph there. Nice one with Archie Jackson and everybody on it. So pleased with that one too. So we'll go into the, excuse me for ducking out, to the postcard section of it. Of course in there's your passenger list and what have you, obviously on the trips. This is a passenger list here. This is the Himalaya. Very nice passenger list, this one with Benno and everybody on it. 1956, leaving Scotland there, leaving Sydney, 24th of March 1956. So that's rather nice. Passenger list there. Put that back in before I forget where it goes. And then another couple of lovely passenger lists here with the Orient line. These were O'Brien's who went on the tour. 1886 I think they were. Rather nice passengers. The Austral there. Lovely colours inside for the Austral. Passenger lists on there. Super thing that, I have to say. And there's another one here. This just took both teams over to Australia. 1887-8. The lights on there. We've got the lights on there. Atwell, Abel, all on there. All on the passenger list and all first class. So they did have a good journey over. Perhaps there might have been a few rats and stuff on board, but I think they're on every ship, the rats. So that's a couple of nice passenger lists for you. There's a few other ones, but I won't go into those just yet. So I'm just going to come to the sort of postcard ones of the ships. And this one here is a lovely one. I'll keep it in the file. So it's this one's MCC 1935 that mainly went to New Zealand. Went to Australia, played the state teams. This one is Orion's maiden voyage, this one on there, only 35. And the next one here we've got a South African cricket team 1929, fully signed there on a postcard form. Return trip, travelled to England on Kenilworth Castle, so that's a return trip home there. Very nice too. There's another one here of 1924 time. This one is actually Herbert Sutcliffe's copy. That's a nice fully signed one there. A little bit grubby, but not too bad at all really for that 1924 side. So nearly 100 years old, and that's Herbert Sutcliffe's copy. This is 1946-47 team going over, first tour after the Second World War. And then on the back of that we've got the press corps that went over there, which is quite a nice addition to that. So on there you've got the likes of Swanton and Duckworth. Who else you got on there? Arthur Mady's on there at the back, and quite a few well-known journalists on there. And then another nice one, not in particularly good condition, but pretty rare thing of the Rampura, which is 1926-27 MCC return trip from India tour. So quite a nice one there. Then we've got another Australian one here. This is September 1949 when they went to South Africa. Quite a nice coloured one there. Very rare in colour, I have to say. Quite nice that one. And then we've got the 1950-51 MCC on the Stratheden. Fully signed on the back there. That's quite a nice postcard there. Good condition postcard. Next one up is, what have we got here? Edinburgh Castle, MCC team South Africa 1924. Postcard form. Quite a nice postcard, that one. And then next one is, this is quite a rarity, this one, which is the 1929-30 MCC team over to Australia, New Zealand, and signed on the back there by most of the team. There's a couple missing on that one, but nice postcard there. They played in Australia first there. They went on to New Zealand. Then we've got, what have we got here? This is another Edinburgh Castle. You can see the difference in Edinburgh Castles there and the new generation of ships. This is, which one's this? This is 56, 57 to South Africa. So a nice one there. Then we've got the South African team again. This is a return trip, 1947, on the SS Durban Castle. What a nice that one there. Voyage 35, it's got written on the back. From Southampton to Cape Town, 11th of September 1947. Fully signed card there. I think you call that a large postcard rather than a photograph. And then we've got the Orsover again. Big Lens team, 54, 55. Nice one. And there's a nice letter here that was addressed for a function, which is again MCC 56, 57. Letter there, which also has all these signatures on the back there, so that's quite a nice addition there. So, well, that's more or less about it really for the ships. There's a couple of other bits and pieces involved with ships, like the tour programs. Perhaps we can do that another day, but I hope you enjoyed that little self-indulgent trip through my ship collection, and onwards and upwards, and I'll see you on the 151st. Cheers.